Hello everyone, in this video let us take a look at an app called Similar Issues Finder. So today I was looking at the marketplace listing and I found this app called Similar Issues Finder, and basically this is an app which you can use to have some kind of feature in Jira where you can search for issues that are somewhat similar. And I believe it is a good use case. It is a valid requirement of many people and organizations. And if you want to make your Jira experience more effective, especially if you're working in a service desk environment where you receive a lot of tickets, and in that situation, a lot of people they raise requests that are of similar nature. You can definitely take a look at this app. And to be honest, I've never really used this app, so this is also my very first time I'm using this app. Although this app is not new, it is actually in the market for quite a while. So let us first take a look at the marketplace listing. So first of all, this app is available on server and data center, which is good, not on the cloud. And the app vendor is called Starware. It is a this vendor is a top vendor, which is always good to know. I will let you take a look at the pricing because we are not really buying this app right now. We are just reviewing it and understanding how it works. So if you look at the marketplace listing, it says very clearly minimize duplicate issues from your Jira and Service Desk. So I believe it works with the Service Desk as well. And there is a video. You can take a look at the video, but let us take a look at the thumbnails. So the very first thumbnail says that instead of managing duplicate issues, your time could be saved. Your time could be used to work on actual issues. For a 500-person organization, even saving 1 minute for each person will save nearly 3 months each year, which is a valid point. So basically, they are trying to say that use this app to avoid having duplicate issues, or at least have some way of recognizing that these issues are duplicate. So there's a thumbnail, and this not a thumbnail, but this image is talking about when you're creating an issue, it will probably give you suggestions based on the summary or the text that you're typing in the summary field. We'll take a look at it. Also, there is another image that says that you will have you can customize how many similar issues are reported, which is fine, and how they are displayed. Okay, we'll take a look at it. You will also get a tab called Similar Issues tab on your Jira issues, which is good. And it says that it also works on the customer portal, which is always great. There is also this image that says you can search any issues and its linked issues and preview them from quick search. So you can, I believe you can also do a preview. So I believe when you are looking at your issue as well, apart from the tab, which I believe will be there somewhere here, you will also get a web panel on the right hand side. So this panel will also be helpful. We'll probably take a look at the configuration options when we are basically evaluating this app. And there is also a possibility of previewing the issue description by hovering on the preview icon. So overall, I think this app looks good. The last image says that configure fields to search, fields to show for each issue. So there are a lot of things that you can configure, but I want to see how it works out of the box. So I've already installed this app, Similar Issues plugin. So let us quickly go through it. So it says on top, search description, search resolve issues, similarity mode. It says loose or strict. Let us keep it a bit loose. Display mode, overlay, number of similar issues displayed 5, quick search behavior, Jira or similar issues. So there is also this small help icon. It says since 7.8 version, Jira also has a quick search function, but similar issues app. Okay, I need to do it again. But Similar Issues app has more features and more configurable options. Select Jira to use built-in search for Jira and disable add-ons quick search, which is fine. So let us keep it like this. Will not change anything. Open issues in new window, similar issues shown on bottom of issues, extra fields to search, filter by fields. Let us keep it as it is. I'll just save it, although we are not doing any change, but I'll just save it again. So let us first try to take a look at one of the issue. I'll probably open one of my issue that I created earlier. It is something that I manually created. Sometimes I use whenever I am working on agile based projects, I use the sample project with sample data, which is always great because I have some data to work on without creating the issues manually. But let us take a look at how this app works when you have an issue which is not really related to any other issue. So I actually added one issue. I am just waiting for it to load. My Jira instance is a bit slow, but so this app, this issue has this title, this summary called "Develop the Login Functionality," and I do see this option here called Similar Issues under the Activity section here. So if I click on this, I do see a lot of issues already, and it looks quite interesting because the interface is actually quite good. I like the way it is displayed. It is following the Jira look and feel. So I have the option to take a look at the issue IDs, followed by the summary, I believe. And then there is a preview. There's this icon called, I think it is a preview icon. And if I remember correctly, it says that you need to hover your mouse over it, but I don't really see any description. Maybe there is no description, so I'm just trying to do it again. So yes, in this case, I do have something. So it says editing using the detail view. Many of the fields in the detail view can be inline edited. I'm not really sure about this description. So we do have this description, but not really for all the issues. So let me just open this one, the next one, and I'll probably open this one as well because there is no preview. And it says create quick filters, editing using the detailed view. I don't think it is the description, but let us just see. No, it is actually a description. So it says login with FB. So there is a description that is coming here and also displayed. And I believe we don't have any description. So that is why there was no preview. So let me add a description. This is a description. This is a description. I'll just add it very quickly and we'll go back to the issue, and I will just do a refresh. I believe when you refresh, it will be displayed. I'm just guessing it. So I'll go to the similar issues again, and this time, I can see it. So I can see this activity tab, not a tab, but activity field or a section, and I have this tab here called similar issues. I don't say anything on the right hand side. Maybe there is a configuration option that I can probably change somewhere. Let me first create a new issue. So while I'm creating a new issue, I'll probably type test. So yes, I can see some preview already, which is great. And I'll probably type sample because I do have a lot of issues with the sample in the summary. This looks actually good. If I type in here login, so test login FB, develop the login functionality, login with Facebook, and I can do a preview. So I think this is the way this app works is it will give you this issue key along with a summary, and if you have a summary or if you have a description, you can also do a preview of a description. Let us take a look at the customer portal. I'm looking for one of my service desk based project, and I want to do this check on the portal as well. So if we go to the project, I'll probably go to the portal directly, and I'll try to raise a ticket. And I just want to understand how it works. And I think overall this app is quite interesting because you can, when you are raising a ticket, if you are able to see the duplicates or somewhat similar issues, you will probably not raise a bug or maybe a support request, or maybe you're trying to report something which is already there in the system. So it is, of course, a lot more applicable when you are talking about service desk based projects. On the service desk based projects, you have a customer portal where you have a possible integration with Confluence, where people can search on the knowledge base. So I have my Jira Service Desk based project opened here. I'll quickly go to the customer portal, and we'll try to raise a ticket on the portal. One thing which I am not really sure is it is fine to show these similar issues, but when you're on the customer portal, I'm not sure whether the customer will be able to take a look at the issues that were raised by other users, because in Jira Service Desk you need to have this concept. There is a concept of participant, but let us see how it works. So I'm trying to type in something like test. Nothing is there, so I'll probably go to my service desk based project, and I'll probably type in which is already there, like cannot turn on my laptop. So I'll probably type in here cannot. So yes, it looks really good. It is quite similar to the Confluence, and it is, of course, showing me the issue ID. Since I'm the admin, I should be able to open it, which is fine, but I might use maybe a different user. I'm not sure, because since I'm the admin, I can directly open. What I will probably do, I'll just open this portal in a separate window using the incognito mode, and I'll try to probably sign up for a new account on the customer portal, and then I want to understand. It is okay probably to show the similar issues, but not really take them to the actual issue, because in Jira Service Desk you have the concept of this participant, and I don't really want my customers to take a look at the other issues. Maybe a small hint is enough. So let us just see. I need to probably create maybe a customer. So I'll go to my user management, and I'll just add a new customer just for this example. So I believe I need to enter my password. We'll do it in a minute. We'll create a fresh account, a fresh customer's account, and then we'll see how it behaves, how it works for a customer with no admin rights. So I'll go to the users. My Jira instance is a bit slow, and I need to probably do something about it. Okay, so let us add a customer. Let us add a simple user. And I believe after adding a new user, I need to also add them as a customer. So what should we name this user? So let us name this user as similar test at test.com. Similar test. I'll enter the username. I'll also enter a password here, and I'll make sure that they have this user has access to the Jira Service Desk, and create a user. So while this user is getting added, I'll also make sure that this user is added as a customer in my Jira Service Desk project. So I'll go to my customer section here, and it says that everyone with an account on this Jira instance is a customer, which is good. So I'll probably log in. So similar test 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is my password. I'll delete this user after this video. So yes, so now we have a customer portal, and I just want to see how it works. So if I type in something like cannot, so nothing is happening here, and I'll probably go to the portal again, and I'll take a look at the behavior. So if I type in here cannot, I do see something like printer is not working, I cannot log in, cannot turn on my laptop, and so on. But I don't really see these options. Let me type printer. So these things are somewhat not clear to me how it works. I'll probably spend more time on this, and I'll just take a look at the project settings. Maybe there is an option somewhere to enable this for maybe normal users or customers with no admin rights. So let us take a look at the project settings. In the meantime, I'll also uh, take a look at the configurations of this app. So let us take a look at the configuration. So do we have any options here that says uh, permissions? So I don't really see any permission option here, which is fine. I'll probably read the documentation to get more idea about how to have this on the customer portal for all the users, because right now there is no such way. I'll probably try to raise a ticket of a different type, maybe, just to understand. No, this is the same thing. I'll go to the help desk team. I'll try to raise a ticket here. No, so I cannot really see the similar issues option while I'm logged in as a customer. Let us take a look at the project settings. Do we have any configuration? So yes, we do have some configurations here called similar issues configuration. Let us take a look at it, and maybe there's an option to expose this similar issues for a normal user, or maybe a customer. So I'll just close the other tabs, and I'll wait for it to open up. So I really hope that there's an option here to do some configurations based on the roles or the groups maybe, and especially if they're talking about Jira Service Desk. I believe it is something that should be there, because you want to know your customers know that there is already a ticket or something similar, but you might not show those issues to them. So let us take a look at the configuration options. So there is no such option here to configure it for normal users. I'll just take a look at the documentation. Maybe they have something in the documentation that will give us some idea how to do this. So I'll just take a look at the user manual first, and I believe user manual will be just about. Okay, so it says service desk portal. So it says similar duplicate real-time search is also performed if a user tries to create a request on a service desk portal. For this to work, you need to explicitly configure issue types you want to enable on plugin settings. Otherwise, search will not be performed on the portal. Okay, but I didn't really configure the issue types. So it says you need to configure the issue types. So let us take a look at the issue types options here. So we don't really have any issue types option here. So it says no, there is no option. Maybe I'm missing something. Issue type, maybe request type. No, there is nothing here. I'll take a look at the request types here. So I'm not sure how it will work. I'll just take a look at some of the options here. So if I click on edit fields, I don't think it will be here, but there is no harm looking at these options. So there is no such option to configure this for issue types, although it is working for me when I'm logged in as administrator. All right, so let us go back to the documentation. So it says issue preview and so on. Let us take a look at the administration manual. Maybe they have something there. So the administration manual talks about project level settings, disable for this project. Oh, I believe you need to go to the configurations. Let me just do it very quickly. So if I click on similar issues configuration, so there is no such option. It says disable for this project, but there is no option to configure it for issue types, which is fine. Maybe I'm using, the add-on was installed, so I hope it works. So let us read this. So only use this setting if you want to allow external users, for example, Jira Service Desk customers to query similar issues. By default, Service Desk customers can only access her own issues, and for this reason, issue search does not work on a portal. You have to explicitly make issue types public by changing settings here. So I understand this thing. They're talking about this setting, but I don't really see this setting, which is, and I'm of course using Jira Service Desk. So I don't really have this option here. Maybe it's a bug in the system. But anyways, I think overall this app is promising, and I believe the feature which is not working is something maybe wrong with my instance. I'll probably do some troubleshooting, but I trust the vendor because they're saying that it should work, and you have to enable this option by choosing the issue type. But I think overall this app is promising, and it is my very first time I'm using this app, and I personally think that there are a lot of use cases for this app, especially on the service desk based projects. So this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.